Thank you for joining. If you found yourself here, there may be a message, healing journey, soul's evolution, transformation, or simply information. Today, I would like to talk a little bit about the childhood trauma that maybe some of you have experienced. And if you were in a household where there was addictions, alcoholic, maybe karmic families, maybe a lot of traumatic abuse. And as a child, you took that in and weren't sure quite how to heal it. Maybe you were just navigating the storm the best you could. And maybe you were like me, trying to protect your siblings and younger siblings from any abuse or yelling in the home because you were afraid. So you became a protective warrior over your younger siblings. I don't recall when I was younger any alcohol other than social events with my parents and their friends and card parties and go to dancing and they'd have weddings and parties. But it became apparent that my dad actually was a raging alcoholic. After my brother was killed, he just couldn't cope with the pain and his own childhood wounds from his mother leaving his father after he had a stroke. I understood all that at a very, very young age. I think I was 3. She comprehended what was going on. For those of us that are light beings, light workers, understand compassion, humility, and I could understand from where he was, the space he was in, gave him compassion, unconditional love, which maybe doesn't remember having or wasn't in him. And then I was also blessed with that experience, and of course, the old tree of my parents who had no wavering unconditional love. So I did know the difference. So if you then, through your life, never had an opportunity to heal those. It wasn't spoken about. Death wasn't talked about. You just deal with it. People die, you bury them, have a ceremony, and then you get on with life and nobody talks about it. Those are also childhood wounds that need to be discussed. The why. If you're inquisitive like me, then logically wanted to know why things happen to process it, then maybe it would have been better for you to deal with that. So as I got older, I did ask those questions. My grandparents, who were Catholic and faithful and prayed the rosary and prayed over every meal and were grateful, hardworking farmers. So those are grateful things to have as your oak tree, quality, structure, happiness, love. She'd make everything homemade from cooking pillows to even quilts, which I have today. And she tucked me in snug as a bug in a rug, and I love that. And they allowed you to be yourself and who you were, and were happy with that, and develop you, guide you gently to make sure you don't fall. And even through life, just to back and ask questions because you want to do right, and you know that they have to do right, so you want that too. So in life sometimes if we have those childhood wounds, we seem to attract other people who have them or maybe have addictions or maybe live within a heart space that's closed. So if you've never experienced true love yourself, speaking from myself, I have love around me all over the place, but to be in love and have people love you at a heightened capacity to which you know is out there, you see it. It's interesting. So at the end of the journey, usually have a light worker, somebody who's been through hell and back, and the phoenix of the rising and the lotus flower. We're still humble all day long, and we still are looking for that special person and the right person to love you the right way. And the only way that can happen is if you circle in and hone in to those childhood wounds and you deal with them and you heal them. So there are ways to go ahead and energetically ping, and there's people, places, and things out there to assist along your journey. And once the student's ready, the teacher always is there available. Just ask for what you need. If you don't know, just say, I need to heal from whatever is making me sad. And then the people, places, and things, the teachers, mentors, guides will be there. So if you're not willing to heal those things because it's too much work or it's too painful and you try and sidetrack it, it does come up in many different ways. It shows up in different people. You get triggered along the way. And because it needs to heal, it's asking and demanding your attention, and you pay attention. I know people in my past have medicated the pain and they just don't deal with it. Medicate, and they have addictions beyond addictions. One thing leads to another, and it's all because of childhood pain and the trauma they do not heal. So that's unfortunate, but they have maybe addictions in the family. Maybe they grew up in secret societies or cults that did things that weren't appropriate at a young age. Maybe there was incest all around and they didn't deal with it, and then they become it. Maybe they were bullied and then they became bullied. Maybe they abuse their power and they go to extreme to distract from their own pain, and they have unhealed wounds. So hurt people end up hurting other people because it's easier, right? It's easier to control other people when they're out of control and their lower chakras are only doing one thing. And that's not intimacy. It's not into UIC. It's not sacred at all. It's just sex or a dirty aspect of it because it's certainly not energetically soothing or conducive to love. So those that want what they want with their brain and they move forward that way and control and manipulate and conjure up things. Manipulative people, such as narcissistic people who have multiple personalities and addictions on top of it, who have power and or abuse their power and manipulate others to puppet them. It's unfortunate, but their collaborations will fail because at the end of the day, that's a short-term fix. And like my stepdad used to always say, if he was a very regarded coach, he would tell all of his team and teammates and pull out the best in them. And as a teacher, I did the same. Anybody who gave up on somebody, they'd give to me. And he was able to pull out the best in everybody. And he would say that a temporary problem we can fix. But when you try and put a permanent solution on it, such as take your life because you don't feel like there's anything better to do, it's not okay. And we can always figure something out. Now, I'm not saying anything about people that take themselves out because I have friends that have done that. I know people that have done that. And I have my own children that have had friends who have done that. So, and behind the scenes, there's people like myself that can help assist that soul that's lost to find healing and peace and find their way home because they shouldn't be punished. It's just something they did, and they usually regret it because they see their parents or their loved ones in sorrow. So, dealing with the parents and the ones that are left who are angry and beside themselves because there's no answers, there's no letters, there's no cards, there's no reason other than they were so in so much pain. So healing those souls and sending them where they need to go in the light with love will find their healing, and the parents too, so they can do good things with that life and celebrate that life that they were blessed with. And then the lessons, of course, once they've healed, they will come back and learn the same lessons because you can't run from anything. You're supposed to learn, evolve, and grow with the lessons you came here and agreed to endure. So, with that said, there's also people who want to exasperate your free will. They want to take it from you and project onto you their own pain. And those of us that are empathic and intuitives and light workers, maybe you have taken on some of your parents' karma or your past person's karma, and you can give it back and say, I release this because it's yours, and you have to heal from this. It's not mine to keep. And a lot of them are smart enough that they're wizards and warlocks and Jezebels and narcissistic, and they project because they're manipulative and they're playing out the dark arts. Well, what they realize it comes back 10,000 until it hits them where it really hurts and strips them from everything, material worlds, mental world. Actually, they won't be able to do this dark magic, voodoo, hoodoo, witchcraft anymore because it's hitting them on all fronts. whether it's them, and you might have told them this, their children, their animals, their livelihood. It actually becomes public knowledge that they were into this and they will be punished, not only by karmic law, but even justice system that's been bought and paid in some counties by the same said person because their secret societies and cults are all involved in one way, shape, or form. They're magical little encounters and read between the lines of what they do. They try and harm you in every which way, shape, or form because you were telling them the truth. Why? Because you wanted them to heal for themselves and become the best they could, and for their children and for their family. They have the ability to know better and do better, and we all do. Take the high road, live with integrity. So if you have pain, it's best to heal it before you try and project it and send it somebody else's way. God or whoever is in charge, you turn it over and say, I release this. And you can get through anything that you were given. And I used to hate this term, you're not given any more than you can handle. To what I say to that is F this, because I've walked the shoes of many, 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 many people. I understand. I have been there. I get it. And here I am alive, even though people have unalived me, tried to numerous times, paid for it, done their voodoo, hoodoo, witchcraft, and dark magic on the hour, every day, 24/7, 365 for years. So when you notice your family and friends not feeling well, or your children, or all of a sudden your animals die, and they've sacrificed them, they've taken things from you, and they've done weird shit under the moon. It's not okay. It does come back 10,000 fold. Those of us that are here to help heal and they're boycotting, they're the dark and we're the light. But they need you and they despise you. So they have their flying monkeys around because they're hurt and they're not healed. And I circle back to say, and I've said this out loud, and I can shout anything I've done out loud in Main Street. Why don't you circle back to your mother, who might have been a dark witch, and she did this to you? Why don't you circle back and heal those traumatic events? Why don't you circle back and heal the alcoholism in your family, the drug abuse, the incest, and the abuse and unjust that you suffered? Don't try and do that to other people. Hurt people who hurt people. God sees all. Or whoever you believe in. And trust me, and I've seen it. Even these people that pretend to be atheists or anything else, claim to be Catholics in their secret societies and covens, they actually believe in something, or they wouldn't be praying to something. If they're praying to the dead, the evil, the dark, actually, those people don't want to be disturbed unless they are demons and demonic. They're not your friends. They're coming for you because you sold your soul. And if you can't bring somebody down as a sacrifice, they're going to take you. You're not friends with anybody in that realm. Nobody is. And if you're stuck in purgatory, you're stuck. You put yourself there. So unhealed people have unhealed wounds, and it stems from childhood. So circle back to your family of origin, and a lot of times it's way back, timeline back to see where it started and who all the players are. We all are part of a play with puppets, but narcissistic in general who manipulate their attorneys, the justice system, their family and friends. And I hold you all accountable because you know better and you should have done better. I don't give a shit about the oath you took or the credentials you have. It doesn't matter when you're actually dealing in the dark. What matters is doing right by yourself, standing up for what's right for the people who actually are the victims. I don't hold myself in victim mode because I don't believe in that shit. Yes, it's happened to me and it's tangible. I can feel it. It's real. But then don't capitalize on me by gang stalking me, harassing me 24/7, 365, no matter where I go, sacrificing my family and friends and my animals, and trying to harm me. Know better and do better because I'm putting this out there like everybody else. Those 144 of us that are here, Earth angels, stars, seeds, light workers, we're here to make a difference. And shame on you for trying to screw us over when we were there to help you. You lie to our face, you lie to the justice system, you try and pull the wool over everybody's eyes, and it ends today. It ends today. It ends today. Heal your childhood wounds, and you will gain abundance on all fronts. Trust me, I know. So if you have unhealed wounds, look to one of us or not me because you've hurt me, but look to God or whoever else. Maybe you can find a way out of your pickle. No pun intended. By the way, God sees all. And I have healed people at the end of their life that were on death row because they said, I'm fucking sorry. And I didn't mean to do that. The devil took it over. Well, talk to your devil or whoever it was. If it was the bottle, Johnny Jameson, Jim, whoever it was, Jose, yes, you also decided to do that. You made a conscious choice. But if you were a victim, then maybe there's hope for you. So, hope for your healing journey. I hope this helps today. Those of you on the dark side dabbling and living out timelines of eons ago, it doesn't work. We're in a new system, new timeline, and ask for forgiveness. It won't be me who's helping you, but I'll help any other victim of people you preyed upon. Just remember, take care of you, all of you light people out there. And if you were subject to these predators, we're going to pray and stick together, hop on our wings, and we'll get you where you need to go. So I hope this helps today. Namaste.